Short story again. This time I'm going to share my story and my experiences that I've had with UFOs and beings, aliens, whatever you want to call them, energies from different dimensions. I feel like the more we talk about this, the more that people don't have to feel like they have to keep it secret, which I have done for a very, very long time, kept a lot secret just for fear of judgment of what other people are going to think of me. So the very first experience I had was probably as a child. I remember being my parents had gone to a party and I was probably, I don't know, 8 or 9, and I was sitting outside on the swings and I was looking at the sky, you know, as a child, just swinging back and forward on the swings and looking at the sky, and I heard people talking to me. So it could have actually been when I was connecting with spirit, but it felt to me like it was coming out of the sky, like somebody in the sky was talking to me, and I kind of just knew there was something more up there. So then when I was married and we were living on a small property, this particular night I woke up, you know, in the middle of the night, and it sounded like there was a helicopter hovering above our house. It was just like that, you know, just like a helicopter sound that was just above the roof. My husband was lying next to me sleeping. He didn't hear anything at all. The kids hadn't woken up. Only I could hear it. And I'm laying in bed listening to this sound thinking, why is there a helicopter? And then all of a sudden I thought, I had this kind of, how do you explain it? It was like this, just a knowing maybe. And I thought, oh, it's not a helicopter. It's a UFO, or it's some kind of, it's another being. There's something up there above my roof that's trying to connect with me. I just felt like when I do readings with that telepathy thing where I just think, I see everything through my mind, I was feeling this communication happening with them through my mind. So I can't recall what I got told. I just know that they were there, and I know, like really, really know that I had a connection with beings from another dimension or another planet at that time. A couple of days later, we were at a neighbour's place, a neighbouring farm down the road. We lived on places that were like 2 to 5 acres, so we were within walking distance, but we had a lot of space. And this couple, who were totally skeptical of everything I was doing, they were lovely people and a great friend of mine, but they didn't believe anything that I was doing. They happened to say, look, we would like to share something with you because you'll probably understand it because we don't understand it. But they said to me the other night, we were sitting out the front looking at the sky, and we saw these really strange lights hovering over your house. And I said, what were the lights doing? And she said they were just hovering over your house, and then it just took off. It was there, and then it just took off. And I said to her, what night was that? And when she said what night it was exactly the same night that I had felt I had connected with something that was above my house. So here I was thinking, not only I felt that, but my neighbours, who were very, very sceptical, had seen something that they couldn't describe, and it was hovering over our house. And then the very next day, I happened to be at the school where my kids were at school, and this lady came up to me and she said, oh, I've got to share this with you because you'd understand it. And she said, the other night I was driving home really late, like I'd been and stayed with somebody, and then I had come home. It was after midnight. And she said, while I was driving along the road, she said there was these lights travelling with me in the paddocks. So she said, I'm on the road and I'm looking across like this, and the lights were following the car, like going along level with the car. And she said it frightened the life out of me because she said it couldn't have been a tractor out working at night because they wouldn't go that fast. And she said, I just really wanted to get home in a hurry. She said, she said, I know that was a UFO. And I said, what what night was this? And when she said the night, it was the same night that my neighbours had seen the lights above my house, the same night I had felt it, and she had seen, this lights going through the paddock. So to me, that was definitely clarification that, yes, there is definitely something that was trying to contact me that night, and was also contacting other people, or other people had seen. So then I hadn't had any experiences for a really long time. Then a lady that I had known who was doing Reiki, she was a Reiki master, and she'd been doing a lot of healing. She was getting these downloads of coding, which I think a lot of people are doing these light codes at the moment. They're sort of heading into that field. So this was, I don't know, 8-9 years ago. She was getting coded numbers. So I was talking to her on the phone, and she said, oh, I have these coded numbers that I'm meant to give you, and you need to write them on your body in blue, texter. And I'm like, okay. So I wrote, I think I had about 5 or 6 numbers, and I wrote them on my chest in blue texter. And she said, you have to leave them there for a week. So she said, use a texter that won't wash off in the shower. I'm like, okay. So I wrote this. It looked like I had the cross lotto numbers written across my chest. And I thought, thank goodness I'm single, and I didn't have anybody in bed with me, because it probably looked a little bit weird to have these numbers written across my chest. Anyway, I left them there for the week, and they did kind of smudge a bit with my clothes, and but they were still there. And then I washed them off. A week after I washed them off, the blue people started appearing. Now, I've spoken to the blue people before. They kind of look like I can see through them. They're all light. Their whole makeup is light, and they're all blue. Like, they just radiate with this blue. And they communicate via thought. So to me, they may have a mouth. I know they've got really big eyes. They may have a mouth, they may not have a mouth, but they communicate always through telepathy. So it's thought to thought. I know exactly what they're communicating. For me, it's like whenever they're communicating with me, they are sharing some kind of knowledge that I am unaware of. So, and a lot of the times they'll just appear in my house somewhere, give me something, and then I forget about it. And then later on, something just triggers it. It's already in there, and then something triggers it, and then I remember what I'm meant to do with it, or what they were showing me. So, and also along with the blue people showing up, which I can't seem to call them in. I have to wait till they show up to talk to me. I also get the giants. So I will wake up, they always seem to show up in my bedroom, and I will wake up and they're always at the end of my bed, and they are floor to ceiling, or they're huge. They're called the giants to me because they are such big beings, but I have never had fear. I don't have fear of the blue people, and I don't have fear of the giant people. I also had a lady that showed up every single night for about a week in my room. And just as I was about to go to sleep, I would just see her at the end of my bed. She was big, but she felt very angelic, but so big. I don't think that they are actually big. I think what it is they are so consciously aware, and they have so much energy. I think their energy is big. That's what it is. It's their energy is big, because when they appear in the bedroom, they overwhelm the energy in the room, because they are so full of knowledge and full of wisdom. So they could be, I think sometimes they are more like angelic beings. Sometimes they are, what if they are energies that have lived so many times that they are so wise that they're like the higher grand masters that know so much? Are they from the future and they're coming back to help me at this particular time? Are they from different planets? Because I think the blue people are from different planets. And I have also had a dream twice, which, you know, those dreams that are very realistic. In one particular dream, I was on a hill. This has happened twice in the town that I live in. I have seen 3 days of darkness in my dream. The sun, there is no sun. The sun is gone. We have 3 days of darkness, but it's not black like nighttime. It's just there is no sun. So it's kind of an eerie feeling. And I see spaceships coming in, like they come in and they can communicate. It's almost like they have a megaphone. And I know in this one particular dream they said, or those of you that have already been communicated with us will be coming with us, and the rest of you will be staying here. And I remember saying, oh, I'm going with them. I was quite excited to. There's never any fear. So yeah, I felt like I went with them, and I kind of feel like it's like they come in over the ocean. And that's twice I've had a dream where I've seen spaceships coming in, and it's not just one. And I see all the people that live in the area. They're all outside and they're all looking. Everybody can see this unfolding, and people are frightened. Obviously, there's people frightened, and then there's other people that aren't frightened. But there is no sun. The sun has gone away for a couple of days. So, yeah, but I don't know if that's a vision that I've had that is actually going to happen, or if that's just them communicating in my dreams, or, you know, I'm doing some astral traveling and then they've come to take me away for a bit in my dream and share something with me that I'm going to have later on. So, yeah, I totally believe there's life out there that just is not just about us. And I'd love to hear. I've had a few people contact me saying they've seen the blue people. I've had others tell me that they've seen strange lights or UFOs or things that they can't explain. And I would love for you to share with me your story of what you've experienced with UFOs and aliens. And yeah, let me know, because it's fascinating, isn't it? And there's nothing to be frightened of. I've never had a feeling that there's an invasion coming and they're evil like they're made out to be in the movies, which is just for the drama. So just that's a little bit longer than a short story. Just thought I'd share that with you. Have a lovely day.